Have you noticed that after turning 60, your body just doesn't respond the way it used to? Those strong morning signals are gone, and you might be wondering, has your masculine power reached its end? Believe me, this has nothing to do with your age. In fact, there's a hidden cause inside your body that no one talks about. And with the right approach, you can reignite your strength without pills or painful procedures. In this video, I'll reveal a simple morning habit, less than 3 minutes, that can transform the way your body functions, helping you reclaim confidence, energy, and intimacy. Don't go anywhere because what's coming next might just surprise you. If you are a man over 60 and you've quietly noticed that your best friend no longer performs the way it used to, if those strong morning erections have disappeared, if excitement feels like a distant memory, or if intimacy has become awkward, frustrating, or even embarrassing, then stop for a moment. This is not just the natural course of aging. It's your body sending you a serious warning. The more you ignore it, the harder it will be to get your vitality back. My name is Dr. Michael Kane. I'm a men's health specialist and professor at Eber Medical Institute with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their sexual strength without relying on pills or painful injections. And let me tell you something, few people will ever mention what you do within the first few minutes of your morning can have a far greater impact on your masculinity than anything you've been told before. Most men assume that testosterone is the main culprit. But in reality, the fading of your erections often starts with poor blood circulation, not only to your heart, but also to the blood vessels that supply your manhood. Here's the good news, this can be fixed naturally. Today I'm going to share with you a simple morning routine that takes less than 3 minutes, but is powerful enough to boost blood flow, repair damaged vessels, reignite nitric oxide production, and begin restoring your sexual performance naturally. The method I'm about to reveal has already helped thousands of men reignite their confidence, revive intimacy with their partners, and feel like themselves again, often within just a few days. And it all begins the moment you wake up. Before we dive in, if you are serious about reclaiming your strength and want more science-backed tips designed specifically for men over 60, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming health secrets. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can better serve you. Your feedback means the world to me. Let's begin with a truth that surprises almost every man I meet. Your manhood doesn't stop working simply because you've gotten older. It slows down because something inside your body has changed. And it has far less to do with age than you might think. The real issue lies in how well your blood is flowing through your arteries and capillaries. Allow me to explain. First of all, erectile problems are not caused by age itself. Growing older does not automatically switch off your body's natural abilities. In fact, your body wants to keep functioning. It still desires connection, intimacy, and pleasure, just like it did decades ago. But here's what actually happens over time. The highways that carry blood to your penis, your arteries, and tiny blood vessels gradually lose their flexibility and strength. They stiffen, they narrow, and the delicate lining that keeps them smooth and responsive, known as the endothelium, begins to break down. This process is called endothelial dysfunction. It's a silent culprit, and it's one of the main reasons why so many men over 60 start to lose their natural ability to get firm, reliable erections. This is exactly how I explain it to my patients. Think of your penis as a sponge waiting to be filled with blood. That's essentially what an erection is. The sponge fills and locks the blood in. But if there isn't enough pressure in the pipes, or if blood flow is weak, that sponge can't fill up. It remains soft, unresponsive, and no amount of willpower can change that. The worst part, you might still have healthy testosterone level, you might still feel the desire, but your body simply can't respond physically. That's not a hormonal issue. It's a circulation issue. The good news is this blood flow can be restored. Your endothelium can be repaired. The natural molecule called nitric oxide, which signals your blood vessels to relax and open up, can be reactivated. Your manhood isn't broken. It's simply undersupplied. And when you give your body the essentials it craves, proper hydration, oxygen movement, and key nutrients, it remembers how to function again. I've seen men who thought their best days were over suddenly wake up to spontaneous, firm morning erections after making a few simple changes. I have witnessed countless couples rediscover intimacy after years of feeling distant. And it wasn't because of some little blue pill. It happened because they finally understood what was truly going on inside their bodies. That single realization changes everything. Once you stop blaming age, you begin to take real action. You stop accepting decline as something inevitable and start making small, deliberate choices each day that bring you back to strength, energy, and self-confidence. The most remarkable part, this healing journey doesn't begin with surgery or prescription drugs. It starts with something so simple, so overlooked, yet so powerful that most men completely miss it. It begins with what you do within the first 60 seconds after you wake up. Let me paint the picture of what usually happens instead. You roll out of bed still groggy from the night before. Maybe you didn't sleep all that well. The first thing you grab is your phone, scrolling through emails, news updates, or social media. And just like that, your day begins under stress and tension. No water, no movement, maybe a quick cup of coffee or worse, nothing at all. You tell yourself it's just a regular morning, but inside your body, something very specific is already happening. Your blood is thicker, your blood vessels tighten, circulation slows down. Those tiny arteries responsible for supplying blood to your manhood start the day in a state of constriction and low energy. Meanwhile, your body's natural repair systems, your kidneys, liver, and hormonal balance are all trying to boot up for the day. Without proper support, they struggle to function at their best. Think of it like trying to start a car when the gas tank is almost empty. Without water, your blood volume drops. Without movement, nitric oxide production stays stagnant. Without nutrients, your cells remain starved and sluggish. And what's the result? Your energy plummets. Your sexual response weakens and your body drifts further away from the man you once felt you were. So if you've been stuck in a cycle of constant fatigue, low desire, or weak erections, whatever you do, don't ignore your mornings. Don't dismiss them as unimportant. Morning is your body's prime window of opportunity, the time when it's most ready to respond if you give it the right signals. This raises an important question. What's the simplest, most effective thing a man over 60 can do right after waking up to kickstart blood flow, reawaken his vitality, and support sexual health without pills or risky procedures? The answer is almost shockingly simple. It begins with water. Step 1, the morning rehydration ritual. Think of it as the morning revitalization protocol, and it all starts with a glass of water, actually 2 glasses of pure room temperature or slightly cool water. Not coffee, not juice, not energy drinks, just clean, plain water, no tricks, no flavors. Here's why this is crucial. After 6-8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up mildly dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, circulation slows, and your brain is still in a foggy state. Your blood vessels, especially the small, delicate ones that supply your manhood, are like dry sponges, stiff and contracted. That first glass of water doesn't just quench your thirst, it wakes up your circulatory system. It rehydrates your tissues, restores blood volume, and jumpstarts nitric oxide production, the key molecule that helps your vessels expand and allows blood to flow where it's needed most. I've had patients tell me that within just 3 days of starting their mornings with water, they felt more awake, sharper, full of energy, and even noticed improvements in their bedroom performance. It really works that fast. Step 2, gentle movement. Next, we add a bit of motion, but don't worry. I'm not asking you to run a mile or hit the gym at 6 a.m. What I recommend is incredibly simple, 2 to 3 minutes of light activity. It could be stretching, walking in place, a few slow squats, or even pacing around your kitchen while taking deep breaths. The key is to get your blood moving. Why? Because physical movement signals your body to produce more nitric oxide, which opens up your arteries, especially those small vessels in the pelvic area that are vital for a strong, healthy sexual response. This gentle movement sends a powerful signal to your endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, that it's time to wake up and get to work. Step 3, a morning meal that fuels your strength. If you choose to have breakfast, make it count. Focus on foods that support blood flow and healthy testosterone levels, not ones that sabotage them. This means meals rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and clean proteins. Think of things like eggs, fresh berries, beets, Greek yogurt, or a handful of pumpkin seeds. These foods not only nourish your heart, but they also strengthen your masculinity at its core. On the other hand, cutting back on processed meats, sugary cereals, and salty breakfast sandwiches gives your arteries the breathing room they need to repair themselves. By doing this, you're creating the ideal conditions for your body to begin healing naturally. This is how we slowly and consistently rebuild blood flow and restore confidence by starting each morning with purpose and intention. I know it might sound almost too simple, but over the years I've seen countless men regain their strength by sticking to these very steps. No gimmicks, no prescriptions, just a shift in how they treat their bodies during the time of day when it needs the most support. And here's the best part: when you stay consistent with these steps day after day, something extraordinary happens. It's not just about physical function anymore. It starts to touch something deeper, something that affects how you feel as a man. Because what you're about to discover next isn't just how these changes improve your body, but how fast they can start working when you commit to them. What happens in just 7 days? You may not realize how powerful this can be until you have gone months or even years without it. For a man, a spontaneous morning erection is more than a physical event. It's a sign of vitality, a message that your body is still alive, capable, and strong. And when that returns, even just a little, it impacts your mindset in a profound way. I've seen it time and time again. When you start giving your body exactly what it's been craving, hydration, movement, better circulation, and oxygen within just a single week, the results can be surprising. The mental fog begins to lift. That heavy afternoon fatigue no longer weighs you down as it used to. You begin to feel more present and connected with your partner. Your thoughts become sharper, and most importantly, you start to sense a quiet, growing spark of confidence returning. It's not the loud, boastful kind of confidence, but a steady, unshakable assurance that comes from knowing your body is finally healing itself. There is something profoundly powerful about no longer depending on pills, but instead working with your body's natural systems. Your mind becomes more alert, circulation improves, and your testosterone doesn't have to work overtime anymore because blood flow is finally supporting it the way it should. Suddenly, what once felt like a distant memory intimacy without stress or pressure begins to feel possible again. To be clear, this isn't a miracle cure, and it won't happen overnight. But the results can appear faster than most men expect, especially if your body has been neglected for years. And here's the best part: once you start feeling even a glimpse of your old self, you'll naturally want to keep going. You'll want to know, what else can I do? How much better can this get? Because the final piece of this puzzle isn't just about a morning routine. It's about how this new approach opens the door to a bigger, stronger vision of your long-term health. Step 5. This is a lifestyle signal, not a quick fix. We're now entering the final phase of this journey: how to make sure this recovery isn't temporary, but instead becomes a lasting, powerful chapter of your life. I've worked with men long enough to understand this. We all want results, and we want them fast. I get it when your confidence is slipping and your body feels like it's betraying you. The last thing you want are empty promises. You want real evidence, something that works. But here's what I've learned after decades in this field. In my decades of working with men's health, I've learned one undeniable truth. Real recovery doesn't come from shortcuts, it comes from signals. Every single choice you make, especially in the morning, sends a message to your body. When you drink water instead of skipping it, when you move instead of staying stiff and sluggish, when you choose foods that nourish rather than just fill your stomach, you're sending a clear and powerful signal. I'm still here. I still care. I still want to feel alive and strong. And that single signal begins to create momentum. It's like reigniting systems within your body that have been quietly dormant. Not because they're broken, but because they haven't been called upon for a long time. This is the truth most men desperately need to hear. You are not too old. Your condition is not beyond repair. You've simply been sending your body the wrong signals for too long. The best part: once that signal becomes clear and consistent, your body will respond not just with stronger, more reliable erections, but with more energy, sharper focus, and a quiet sense of power that seeps into every area of your life. How do you keep that signal alive? The real question now is, how do you ensure that signal continues day after day until this new vitality isn't just a temporary fix, but your new normal? That's exactly what we'll uncover next. A final word: If you've stayed with me this far, I want to sincerely thank you not just for watching or reading, but for caring about yourself, your health, and your future. Because what we've explored here today isn't just another routine. It's a quiet, powerful reset, a reminder to your body that it's not over, that you are not done. We've uncovered the truth: erectile issues are not caused by age, they're caused by reduced blood flow. And your morning habits, as small as they may seem, can either make the problem worse or begin to repair it. That's why true recovery begins with something deceptively simple. 2 glasses of water, 2 minutes of movement, a better breakfast. Follow this simple approach for just 7 days, and you'll notice changes not only in your body, but also in your state of mind. Because when you take charge of your mornings, you take charge of your momentum. And over time, that momentum transforms into confidence, vitality, and yes, even deeper intimacy. But the best part, it becomes yours. It's no longer something you were waiting for or hoping will come back. It's something you actively create. I've walked this path with thousands of men, and I can tell you with absolute certainty, it's never too late to make a comeback. Your body remembers, your blood still wants to flow freely, and your masculine strength is still there waiting for you to show up and claim it. So start tomorrow morning. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be intentional. Begin small, stay consistent, and watch what happens. You'll be amazed at how quickly life begins to return. If this message has resonated with you and you'd like to support more content like this, content designed to give real answers and hope to men over 60, consider making a small contribution. Every single donation helps us reach more men who truly need this knowledge and inspiration. Click the link below to contribute. Your support makes a real difference. And remember, this is just the beginning of your journey back to strength and confidence. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the practical tips and science-backed advice designed exclusively for men over 60. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and tell me what step you're starting with tomorrow. And don't stop here. Watch the next video where I'll share more powerful yet simple habits that can completely transform your energy, health, and vitality. Click on the next video now, and let's keep building your best years starting today.